This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Skip Monty.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast of East Tennessee and Western North Carolina. So I am very excited today to have a guest for the first time in our studio, and I'm very excited to learn all about them and what they do. And I'm sure you will be as well, because today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Miss Jessica Cox, who is the owner-operator of Reflections Counseling Services. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, like I said, we are super excited to have you and intrigued to learn all about Reflections Counseling Services. So if you don't mind, why don't you kick us off by telling us what you do?
Sure, sounds great. I provide mental health therapy for adults. I mostly focus on anxiety, depression, healthy relationships, and life transitions.
Focus on anxiety, stress, and I'm sorry, what was the third thing?
No, I just said anxiety, depression, healthy relationships, and life transitions, but certainly stress too.
Oh, yes, yeah. Stress and anxiety kind of go hand in hand, don't they?
Sure, they sure do.
Very cool. Well, how did you get started in the counseling business?
Yeah. Well, like most therapists, of course, I wanted to help people. And I struggled with mental health and trauma throughout my whole childhood. And because of that, I wanted people to see that their pain can have purpose, and that they matter. So that's kind of what led me here. And I've been doing it for 20 years. So.
Wow, you don't look old enough to.
Thank you. I am 45.
For 20 years. Pain can have purpose. I like that a lot. So I'm sure there are a lot of myths and misconceptions in the counseling business. Can you think of any that really stand out?
I really like this question. So first of all, we don't ask, how does that make you feel all the time? And no one's lying down on a couch. Nobody does that, like on TV. It's not really like that. But some of the biggest myths that I think are important to mention is that, I think it's important to know that going to therapy doesn't indicate weakness. In fact, I think it signifies a lot of strength and bravery, to step into this work and really work on yourself in such an honest and vulnerable way. I think another myth, like we can't eradicate depression and anxiety. Like when people come to see me and they're like, what do you want to get from this? And they're like, I don't want to have any more anxiety or depression. And I'm like, I can't do that. But what we can do is give tools to help people navigate it. And that's kind of what I like to do, is sort of develop this invisible toolbox of coping skills to help people navigate life outside of this room. I think another important thing to know is that you don't have to have a deep mental illness to benefit from therapy. Like who wouldn't benefit from having an objective person just to kind of help them process, the struggle and the heaviness of life.
Absolutely. Well, a couple of questions. One, why is it on TV that people lay down when they're in a counseling session?
I think years and years and years ago, if you think about like the very start of psychology with Sigmund Freud, he was probably doing that. And that kind of caught on. And so, that was something that they were literally doing so long ago. And I don't really know why they did it so long ago, but I think it caught on and it just kind of became a cliche that's very, like easy to kind of throw into a TV show or something like that. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, and coping skills. And I know you can't give advice over,
sure.
a podcast, but
Right.
Just what are some things, I'm just interested, what are some things that in general most people can utilize as coping skills?
Yeah, great question. So one thing I do a lot is just grounding tools. I think that anxiety sucks us up into this twister, a lot of chaos and turmoil and things like that. And bringing people back down to a grounded state of reality, to just help them think through things in a rational way while also validating their experiences. So, we do just a lot of work to kind of bring anxiety that's shooting up at a 10, maybe down to like an 8. And then when we're at the 8, then we can kind of take a deeper look at what's going on. I do a lot of like CBT work, which is also like looking at like deep-seated like beliefs, false belief systems that a person may have, and learning to kind of rewrite their script and rewrite their inner dialogue and things like that. A lot of calming techniques while also kind of peeling away some deeper layers of people's experiences and learning at, like, why do you believe these negative things about yourself, and is it perpetuating, this like self-fulfilling prophecy of defeat, and how to kind of intervene with that, and promote growth and healing and change.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, do you help? I know different counselors. Some do adults, some do children, some
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
Who's your target audience? I guess is the
Sure.
question.
Yeah. Well, I only work with adults. I don't work with any minors, and I no longer offer couples counseling. I love talking about relationships. I love working on healthy relationships through an individual lens with people. So some of my favorite people to work with would be like college kids. I love working with college kids, and as someone who's mid 40s with children, I'm also really working with that population because I can relate to them so deeply. So that's kind of like my favorite people to work with, but the people that I won't take is anyone under 18, and I no longer work with couples.
No longer with any particular reason on couples, or
Okay, I'll be honest. I kind of got tired of angry men yelling at me. Kind of
oh
call them
wow,
on their stuff, you know what I mean? And so yeah, I'm actually working on a certification for narcissistic abuse recovery. So that's going to become a niche, in the next coming months once I get that certification. I really love working with that population. Some of my favorite clients have come from situations like that.
it's interesting. One of the misconceptions I'm aware of, having
Hmm.
been through counseling, marriage counseling
Sure.
before,
Yeah.
is that sometimes people have an expectation that a counselor is going to take a side, and
Yeah.
that oh well, they're right and you're wrong, and
Yeah.
that's not the case at all, right?
Right. No, absolutely not. And I would often say when I was doing couples counseling, like, I'm on the side of your marriage, and sometimes that means taking a hard stance on something that one person is doing, but I also I really love creating such a safe space for people to come into. I want people to walk into this room and just feel like they can say anything unfiltered. And I think that is hard to do in couples counseling. I think that couples counseling is so important, and I refer out to it a lot. But I want to create this super safe space for people to just say unfiltered what's on their mind so that we can kind of, you know, work on that and navigate through that together.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Now, sounds like you're incredibly busy with your practice. When you're not working, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, I enjoy spending time with my family. I like being in nature, and I also enjoy photography.
Oh, cool. Are
Yeah.
you a digital or a film person?
Digital. Yeah.
Digital. There you go. I
Yeah.
know there are some purists that still do film.
Yeah, I
There
started
are.
with film a long time ago, and it was great. But yeah, I've kind of advanced to the digital world a little bit. So
Very
yeah.
cool. I think most of us have.
Yeah.
Cool. And of course, being out in nature, living in East Tennessee is
Mhm.
you're in the perfect place for that. So
Yes,
love it here.
absolutely. Yeah, I love it
Love it
here.
here. Are you
Yeah.
originally from Knoxville or from the Tennessee?
No, I grew up in West Virginia.
Oh,
Yeah, and I also lived in Cincinnati for almost 5 years. And I've been here in Tennessee for 19 years, and I love it. There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
same here.
Yeah, yeah.
By God, West Virginia.
That's
What part of
right.
West Virginia?
Beckley, which is like the
Beckley.
southwestern part. Yeah.
I've actually been to Beckley.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, very cool. So if you could think of one thing that you would like our
Mhm.
listeners to remember about you and about reflections counseling,
Mhm.
what would that be?
I think that therapy is for everyone. I think, like again, like just having like a safe person to come and be vulnerable and honest with is so valuable. And I think another fun fact is this girl back here, well, she's on the couch right now, you can't see her, but I do have a therapy dog. Her name is Stevie. She's an English cream golden retriever. She's very sweet, very gentle, very anxious, which makes her very relatable to my clients, but she is an instant hit of dopamine for your day. So if you come for in-person therapy, because I also offer virtual, but if you come for in-person, you get to hang out with this adorable dog, which just makes your day instantly better.
Oh wow. Well, I'm down for that. I'm a dog
Yeah.
guy, so
Yeah.
Well, what was her name again? Stevie?
Stevie. She's named after Stevie Nicks.
Oh, very cool. Fleetwood Mac fan. Huh?
Yes.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, if any of our listeners are intrigued, they want to come,
Yeah.
spend some time with Stevie and get some things off their chest or just get some help, how can we learn more?
Probably my website is the best way. All of my contact information is there, and the information for my social media is there. My website is www.reflectionscounseling.org. Also have a blog on there you can read. But yeah, that's the best way to figure out how to contact me.
Awesome. Very good. Well, Jessica, I can't tell you how much we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to be
Happy
here
to.
with us.
Yeah.
And we wish you, your family, your practice, your clients all the best moving forward.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
All right. And maybe we can have you back sometime.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. I'd be happy to.
All right. Very good. Well, you have a great, blessed rest of the day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptri-cities.com. That's gnptri-cities.com or call 423-719-5873.